Express is a premium service that we offer to vendors for their best sellers and customers with premium shipping. Basically, Jumia Express is a service that we offer to vendors to store their items at our warehouse at a cost. Mostly, we do this for best sellers, and by premium shipping, we mean that we incentivize customers when they buy products that are under Jumia Express. For these products, we only consider fast selling products because when you store items at the warehouse, as I have previously mentioned, there is something called Jumia Express fee, which is storage for items that are at the warehouse. If you store items with us that are slow moving products, as a vendor, you will keep incurring storage fees, which we don't encourage. And for this reason, we ask vendors to only store items that are fast moving. Our Jumia team usually vets the products that a vendor wants to put in the warehouse. And from the weeks to come, we will be only inbounding items for vendors that have a seller score of 4 and above and products that have a product rating of 4 and above. Otherwise, if you don't meet this criteria, we will not be able to inbound your products because this will help you as a vendor not to incur costs that are not necessary. Some of the advantage of Jumia Express: when you store your products with us, Jumia Express is given priority in terms of visibility on the website. So once your items are in the warehouse with us, it will boost your sales because we give you better visibility on the website, which definitely means conversion to more sales. We also offer customers incentives like free shipping, which we're currently doing for Kiambu, Nairobi, and Mombasa. Nairobi and Kiambu, we are incentivizing free shipping and next day delivery. But for Mombasa, it's free shipping and 48-hour delivery. This is faster than drop shipping, which will take 3 to 7 days. And of course, customers will prefer their products to reach them faster. So with Jumia Express, you get to make more sales, and the incentives, of course, attract more customers. With Jumia Express, we don't have order limits because your products are with us. We process your orders for you. So there's nothing like we will give you an order limit of certain orders. So it's also an added advantage for you because it converts to increased sales. It also saves you a lot of time because you don't have to drop your items at the warehouse for drop shipping and come in queue and package your own products. We handle all that for you. All you have to do is drop your items with us and we take care of everything processing. We also do not penalize you for orders cancelled for out of stock. Meaning, when you have items in Jumia Express, you will not have an issue of orders cancelled for out of stock unless you have included drop shipping stock as well on the product. Otherwise, if you have not included drop shipping stock, you will not have penalties for order cancellation, meaning it will not affect your seller score. And when you have drop shipping stock and order and Jumia Express stock, we encourage vendors to please keep an eye so that when you get an order and it gets cancelled, we don't have vendors telling us that I have products under Jumia Express. If your products under Jumia Express get exhausted, the orders will automatically pick drop shipping stock. So we advise vendors to either do drop shipping or Jumia Express. But if you do both, please keep an eye on your stock at the Jumia Express so that when it's exhausted, you either replenish or when it picks a drop shipping order, we expect you to fulfill that order. Otherwise, you're going to incur penalties for order cancellation. Some of the promises we make under Jumia Express, as I've mentioned, fast delivery within 24 hours and 48 hours within Nairobi, Kiambu, and Mombasa, and generally everywhere else because we process orders faster. No commitment, pay as you go fees. This means that we don't expect you to pay anything prior to join Jumia Express. You just join, it's free, and then we will deduct the Jumia Express fees as based on whether you're on weekly or monthly from your account statement. The charges that accrue will be deducted weekly. And you have the privilege to leave Jumia Express fee anytime you want. We don't have any requirements for this. So you have the freedom to leave if you feel that it's not working for you. Jumia Express is flexible. Only use Jumia Express for fast moving stock to avoid incurring progressive fees. I will explain what progressive fees is as we go along. And drop shipping for slow moving stock. If you want to put items in the warehouse, please put only fast moving items. And for slow moving items, we encourage you to stick to drop shipping so that you do not incur storage fees. Jumia Express is an all-inclusive service from packaging to return management. This means that from the moment you receive your orders, you don't have to worry about buying packaging materials, packaging yourself, dropping them at the warehouse. All we do is we process everything for you. Even your returns, we process them for you, and we notify you by email just to come and collect your returns when they're ready. So it is a very easy process for the vendor because it saves you a lot of time, and we handle most of the ops for you. All you have to do is just drop your items with us and we take care of everything else. So how does Jumia Express work? Your items are stored at the Jumia Express warehouse. Your items are stored at the warehouse, so you deliver your products directly to the Jumia Express warehouse. We store your products safely at our warehouse. Customer buys the product on Jumia. Then we pick, pack, and ship each order directly to your customer. And then we deliver the products in express timing. So it's a very simple process and advisable for most vendors to adopt. Moving on to how do you select the right products for Jumia Express? As I have mentioned, it is advisable to only select products that are fast moving and products with the correct pricing, but we have our team on standby to always advise you on what is the best product to put. Although you have visibility of this on your seller center, I will touch on that later. And normally we encourage vendors not to store products that are less than 5 items because you also don't want to keep making those trips to the warehouse to replenish. So we on your seller center, we usually give you a recommendation of this is a best-selling product. This is how much stock you can put in the warehouse, but it is never advisable to put less than 5 items. And also, we don't want you to overstock your products, so we will always advise you on the correct number of items to store at the warehouse. We do not allow perishable foods or plants in the warehouse because they will die. Fragile and breakable items will not be accepted if not properly packaged. There are packaging guidelines for storing items at the warehouse for fragile items. Before you take your items to the warehouse, kindly contact our team for advice on how you're expected to package your fragile items. Otherwise, they will not be accepted at the warehouse because Jumia does not also want to take responsibility for poorly packaged products that end up being damaged. So you have to pass the packaging test for us to accept your products. Grocery items have to have an expiry period of 6 months, meaning when you bring us your products, the expiry date must be minimum 6 months from the date of issue. Ensure you place your top selling products at Jumia Express. Jumia reserves the right to reject items which do not have a positive sales history. As I have explained previously, this has to do with fast and slow moving products, which is at the end of the day, an advantage to the vendor. How do we charge for Jumia Express? First, selecting the right products for Jumia Express. On your seller center, you will go to products, manage products. Under manage products, there's an option of best selling. Under best selling products, you will be able to see which are your best selling products and you'll be able to know what to replenish or what to take to the warehouse. We advise vendors to optimize PO acceptance rate and select your best products. And if you're already a seller on Jumia, you can easily check for best selling products. And if you're a new vendor on Jumia, we advise you to check on your offline sales. What has a good history of offline sales, and also what has limited competition on the website, and also what can give you flexible margins to enable you decide what are the best products. But again, as I said, our team is always on the ground and ready to assist you make these decisions and give you the best advice on what products to put in Jumia Express. By choosing these category products, you'll ensure an optimal PO acceptance rate by our team and a strong business performance on Jumia. As previously mentioned, by optimal PO acceptance rate by our team, we will be considering seller score, vendors with seller score of over 4, and product rating of over 4 for the products that we inbound at the warehouse. In terms of charges, how we charge products under Jumia Express is we charge per item, or rather per SKU. There's a charge we charge every day. So it is the daily charge multiplied by the number of items that you have given us, multiplied by progressive charge. So the daily charge is dependent on the category that you have placed your item in when creating the product. So it is basically the category in your seller center that you put the item when you're creating content. To explain the daily charge, for small items, we charge you 35 shillings per month. For medium items, we charge you 160. For large items, we charge you 320 per month. FMCG, selected beauty, keyword is selected, and baby products, we charge you 5 shillings per month. Fashion items, we charge you 5 shillings per month, and special small items, we charge you 22.50 per month. So you have to check your category to know what are the charges that are going to be applicable for your products. And if you're not clear on this, we always provide information on the same. You can always ask for advice from us before you go ahead and inbound so that you can incorporate these charges in your pricing. So what we mean by progressive charge is for the first 15 days, when you bring us an item, we do not charge you anything for the first 15 days it's at the warehouse. So as you can see here, we charge 0, but a multiplier effect comes in from the 16th day. So if your item has been in the warehouse for 16 days, we are going to charge you the daily charge times the number of items on that SKU. Charge is per SKU because SKUs vary, so the charges vary based on category and size. So we are going to charge you the daily charge. We're going to charge you times the number of items and multiplier effect progressive charge of times 1. If your items have been at the warehouse for 31 to 60 days, same thing, times 2. So the longer your items are at the warehouse, the higher your storage fee is going to be. 31 to 60 days is times 2, 61 to 90 days is times 6, 91 to 180 days is times 10, 181 to 360 days is times 15, and over 360 days it's daily charge number of items multiplied by 20, which is not a very good experience for the vendor. This is why we are saying, please give us only fast moving stock so that you do not spend money paying for storage fees. But if we notice that your products, this is something we are going to implement in the coming weeks. If we notice that your products are not selling and you're accruing Jumia Express fees for items that are not selling, we will advise you to pull them out. As a vendor, we advise you also to keep an eye on your products. If you see that your products are not moving, please create a return. We return your products, review your stock, advise you on, okay, this has been selling. Why don't you consider putting this instead of this? For progressive charge, also, it becomes an issue when, for instance, a vendor deletes a product on Seller Center. If you delete a product on Seller Center, you will not have visibility, and probably you had products at the warehouse, which means your item is still accumulating products in the warehouse. Then you write to us and ask, why am I accumulating Jumia Express fees, yet I don't have anything at the warehouse? Before you delete any product on your Seller Center, please make sure that we don't have any stock that either should have been returned to you or has been in the warehouse for so long, because we will not refund that fees. Please ensure that you keep an eye on your stock to see if it's moving. If it's not moving, kindly request for it. And before you delete a product, please ensure that we have nothing at the warehouse. For progressive charges are in your account statement. When you export your account statement, on the far right of the statement, there is a place written comments. It will clearly give you the number of items per SKU we have charged and for how many days it has been at the warehouse. So you'll be able to see, you have visibility of how these charges have been applied. And for these details, they are also available on your vendor hub. So when you go to vendor hub and you just type Jumia Express, it will give you a breakdown of all this and the charges per category for all charges, commission, shipping cost, Jumia Express, everything is on your vendor hub. But we will be sharing this with you after the presentation for reference purposes. Shipping cost contribution, Jumia Express. Yes, we do charge shipping cost contribution as well. As I said, all applicable charges are on your seller center for visibility. This we have given you steps on how to go about this. It's just as checking, the same as checking your commission. You go to commission and fees, shipping cost, and then you will choose Jumia Express. It will give you the charges per category per day. So we advise vendors to review the categories or factor in the fees charged into your pricing to avoid incurring losses. So when you're giving us your products, please incorporate your profit margin, your shipping cost contribution, and Jumia Express fees so that you ensure that your payout and commission to ensure that your payout is what you are expecting to get to avoid incurring losses. Please also note that the charges applied will depend on the category of the item. So we charge you based on the category that you have created the product under. Removing stock for Jumia Express. It's very easy. You enjoy flexible service, so you can leave Jumia Express whenever you feel that it is not working for you. You can remove your products or all of them, or you can choose to remove only what you think is not performing as well as it should or is not selling as fast as you do. So all you have to do is go to Seller Center and you create a return, and we will notify you once your returns are ready for collection. How to remove products from Jumia Express. You go to Seller Center, there's products, then there's Jumia Express. You go to return from the warehouse, you create a new request. We will share the process with you. In case anything is not clear, please ask. Then once you submit, your product, your return will be approved. You will get a notification with the RS number, or you can also see it on your Seller Center. Please note down your RS number when you're going to pick products at the warehouse. Once you have received your items, this is very crucial. Kindly confirm that they're in good condition. In case of any issues, ensure you notify the agent at the hub, then raise a claim via Seller Center. We encourage vendors to note that you are required to raise a claim at the hub with the agent. Reason for this is we need to document the damage. We need to enter the details. We need to take photos. We need to validate why we are paying you. So if you take your products and they're damaged, then you don't tell the agent at the warehouse, and then you go raise a claim at home. Unfortunately, we will not be in a position to pay for this because we do not have evidence to show why we are compensating you. So it is very crucial, like in all your other returns, even in drop shipping, to raise a claim at the warehouse with the agent so that we can document this. And then that way we are able to compensate you for any damage that has happened to your products. If you do not follow this process, we will not be able to compensate you. For those vendors who send their agents or their drivers, it is important to educate your team on this process, because when you call us and tell us, my driver went, he did not know he's supposed to do this, unfortunately, we will not be able to compensate you. And at the end of the day, we're here to give you a good vendor experience, and we don't want to clash over us not paying you your money. So please just follow the process and we will compensate where it is a valid claim. How do you track your items on Jumia Express? On your seller center, once you go to products, you go down to Jumia Express, and once you go down to Jumia Express, it will give you a breakdown of your stock. So under fulfillment products, you choose all. Under all, it will give you a breakdown of how many items were inbounded and how many are available. This way, you'll be able to tell that it's time to replenish this, and or you can check low stock, and it will tell you, okay, this is where I need to replenish my stock. Also, I think we have the same information on the seller coach. Also tells you about how your account is performing, so I guess you can check that too, but we will share all the details on this. Jumia Express stock reconciliation. Unfortunately, for vendors, it is not possible for you to do reconciliation from your end for Jumia Express. Reason being, we use different systems for inventory, which you do not have visibility to on Seller Center. So all you can do on Seller Center is see how your products are performing, but you will not be able to see the status of every product. So if you want Jumia Express reconciliation, we advise you to raise a claim. We will give you a breakdown on everything that is in the warehouse, what is defective, what is forfeited, what is in received status, what has been delivered, what has been paid. Just raise a claim and we will give you details of all those things. It is also important to note that we do not charge you Jumia Express fees on items that are damaged or defective. We only charge you Jumia Express fees on sellable products, that is items in received status. So if an item is damaged or defective, it will still be in our warehouse and we will ask you to collect it, but we will not charge you for that. We will only charge you for what is actually sellable to the customer, because it's not fair to charge you for something that you cannot sell. When requesting for Jumia Express fees, Jumia Express reconciliation, we require you to provide us a copy of the PO that was stamped and signed by Jumia at the warehouse. Please get files and file these documents because they're very crucial for us to be able to do your stock reconciliation. This is the evidence we need to claim with the warehouse team. Vendor X brought this number, is claiming for reconciliation, brought this number of products, what happened here? If we do not have the POs, it becomes very difficult to follow up with the warehouse team. So we advise you to please keep your documents safe. And when you're requesting for Jumia Express reconciliation, kindly attach these documents as proof, and please ensure that they have been signed and stamped by the Jumia team. If the document is not signed and stamped, we cannot use that as proof of receipt of the items. In conclusion, we have said Jumia Express increases your sales visibility. It is actually more advantageous for the vendor to be under Jumia Express. It is more convenient compared to dropshipping in terms of time and incentives that we offer to the vendor and ops in general. You do not incur any penalties for order cancellation. We do not have order limits. We process your orders faster and delivery of goods is also faster. Basically, operation efficiency will offer you unmatched savings when you compare to costs of overheads, warehouse space, packing materials, labor, etc. It is also very important to remember that the vendor is required to raise a claim at the hub with the VR agent for any damaged returns. This is because we're required to take images and document the damage for compensation claims. And also very important, if you are notified to pick your return and you do not collect it within 30 days, legally, we are allowed to forfeit the item and it becomes Jumia property. So you cannot raise a claim later and say, my items were forfeited, I did not get paid for this. We do not pay for forfeited items. So kindly ensure that when you get an email telling you that your return is ready, to collect it within 30 days. Otherwise, failure to do this, the items become Jumia property. I think that basically covers everything. we are ready to take any questions. Does anyone have any question on Jumia Express?
Hello, Ning. I have one. Hello.
Okay.
Ning. Okay, let me get you my story and because yesterday I tried I went to product Jumia Express. So I went to send it to warehouse and I put two products and this I bonded it. But now I don't know what's the next step. Like I just go to their house and drop there the quantity I have. What is the next step after I send it to warehouse in the Jumia seller center?
The next step is you're going to get a confirmation that your request has been accepted. Have you received your PO number?
No, and I didn't receive any email about having accepted or not. It's like I don't know, like even the seller center, the status is not telling me anything.
What is your shop name?
Sagittarius. Let me write down.
Kindly write it down.
Yeah.
Normally, it takes us around 24 hours to approve requests to send items to the warehouse, and we have to review the items that you have to take to the warehouse. After which, if it is approved, we will send you a PO number. So if you created it yesterday, chances are high it's still yet to be reviewed because we require a minimum of 24 hours, but we will look into it. Once it is approved, you will get the PO number and then you can just take your items to the warehouse. But we will get back to you after the call, after we check on the progress.
The one was yesterday, but the first one that I tried was 1 week ago.
Okay, let us look into your account. I'll give you a call after this and we can check where the problem could be.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I have another question about the the daily fee that you explained it. Let's say the small item that's 35 bob, plus let's say it's in the baby category is another 5 bob. So it's 40 bob per item per day, right?
No, it is if the charge is 35 bob, it is per month, not per day. So if it's
Per month.
35 shillings, you divide that by 30. So it's basically about a shilling a day.
Okay. So it's like, for example, if your SQ has 10 items, it's 300, like 350 bob per month.
Yes, it is the number of items times the daily charge times the progressive charge. So it also depends on how long we have had the item.
So this 35 bob is per month per item, but also has the daily charge. That is that part you show that is 1, 2, 3, like the one that from 1 to 15 days. No, the first 15 days we don't pay, but
Yes.
then 16 days to 30 is like 1 bob. It's like that.
Not 1 bob, it is multiplied by 1.
By 1.
So if you have, let's say we are charging you a shilling and 17 bob per item. So it will be 1.17. Let's say we have 20 items. It will be 1.17 times 20, which is the number of items, times 1 for 16 to 30 days.
Okay.
Then if it is 16 to 30 days, the next one is times 2, 31 to 60 days.
But this is like the product that is stopped in the warehouse. If I send, does not matter. If I have one product, I put 10 there today, and then it's sold everything this week. And next week, and after it's sold everything, I put more. It's like, let's say that is a product that is selling pretty well. You're having a point that I will be paying like times 2, times 3, times 4, because you'll be always there for more than 15 days.
If you give us a product that is selling very well and it sells between the 0 and the 15 days, you will not incur any charge. Once you replenish the stock and give us the items under another PO, we will give you another 0 to 15 days.
Oh, I got it now.
Yes.
Now I understood it. And I still not understand the daily fee because so far you are presented to me the monthly fee that is, let's say, the small item 35 bob, which, so like the daily fee is only count if you pass the 16 days, right?
The daily, yes, from the 16th day henceforth.
Then it start to counting. And
Yes.
then I do that times one, times two, times three, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, I
We
got
will
it.
share the table and how the charges are applied so that it's
Mhm.
easy for you to do the calculation from your end as well. And we will share with you how you can check the seller center charges for the category of items. So you can check your best selling product under which category it falls. It will show you how much we'll be charging you per day. Then that way you'll be able to calculate from your end the charges will incur. But also when you download your account statement, on the far right, there's a place written comments. It will give you a breakdown of this item has been with us for 16 to 30 days. We have this number of items. This is why we have charged this much.
Okay, and the charge fees for delivery, is it cheaper with Jumia Express? Because for small item before, because I'm 3 years with Jumia, before was 50 bob, now it's 75. So Jumia Express is cheaper than that, or?
It depends on the category of the item. Shipping cost contribution depends on the category. For 70, drop shipping might be 75 shillings, but for Jumia Express, you could find it's 100 shillings. But you see, we are covering costs for packaging and processing the order. So it depends on the category of the item. And also, we will give you how to check the breakdown of this to help you make an informed decision of what works for you, whether whether you'll be able to be okay with that or you prefer drop shipping. But at the end of the day, Jumia Express is always a better option.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have another one. There is any phone number that give the support to sellers? Because when I call that number that has in the website, that I think is usually for who buy product in Jumia, like never has option like for sellers. It's always like you want to cancel your order, you want to ask why is your order, something like that. Never goes to any part that I can just call and talk about a claim that I opened or any small question that I could be doing besides of the claim.
At the moment, we do not have a call center for vendors. We
Okay.
do not have a number that you can call. We advise vendors to raise a claim for their questions, but we are looking into ways of how to serve you better and bring processes that will help us in faster resolution of your products. We will roll out this information in the coming weeks. But in case you experience any issues at the hub or at the warehouse, probably when you're dropping off your items, the agents have our numbers. So please just tell the agent will call us if it's an issue of PO not approved or you're having an issue with raising a claim, they will call us and we will be able to resolve the issue on the spot. But issues that are not for the warehouse, things like orders, those ones you have to raise a claim. We will get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay, then. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have any more questions on Jumia Express? We would like to move on to the presentation on payment and the payment process. Okay, Lena, I think you can proceed with payments.
Thanks, Danny. Let me present my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, so I think we're good to go. So Jumia payments, this is the act of remitting and sending payments to our vendors. So we have two types of payments. We have three types of payments, that is, we have M-Pesa, EFT, and RTGs. So we normally send payments either by M-Pesa, which is done weekly. So we'll send you every Thursday. By every Thursday, all M-Pesa vendors should have received their payments for their previous sales. But for M-Pesa vendors, you have to ensure that you have a sale of less than 150,000, right? And then we also do M-Pesa on a monthly basis. For vendors who want to be paid monthly, we also pay you monthly, but we pay on the 8th working day of the preceding month, and the cutoff is 150 sales. What do I mean by the 8th working day of the business month? So let's say like we are paying you for the month of Feb, right? So ideally, we are going to pay you on the 8th working day of the preceding month. So the month of Feb is ending on the 28th. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So ideally, your payments you should receive on the 10th of March. That is what we mean by the 8th working day of the preceding month. Any questions? Has everybody understood that point? Carol, you okay? Okay, then I'll proceed. We also have another payment option, which is EFT. EFT, we normally do it every Wednesday for your previous weeks, sale. So we normally send on Wednesday. So for APSA vendors, you guys are going to receive it the same day for people who bank with APSA. And that is because Jumia banks with APSA. For non-APSA vendors, you're going to receive it within 48 hours. So by latest Thursday. Sorry, not Thursday, but Friday for other banks. Okay, so we either do it weekly or monthly. So for monthly, we do it again on the 8th working day of the preceding month. Then we have another mode of payment, which is called RTGS. This is also done weekly or monthly. So RTGS is done weekly, but it's done only for vendors who have a payout of 1.5 million and above. That's the criteria for RTG payments, okay? Only vendors who have a payout of 1.5 million and above. And this is because we cannot send payments worth 1.5 million and above via EFT or M-Pesa. The next, how do you update your payment details? So you easily come here, you come to your seller center, you log into your seller center, you come to your settings, your profile, you scroll down, you will see the tab for bank account. So if you want us to pay you via EFT, you'll just come here to mode of payment, select EFT, scroll down, put in your account number, your account name, and your branch here. Okay, so I will repeat. For EFT vendors, if you want us to pay you via EFT, you'll just come here to your settings, your profile, scroll down to the tab written bank account. On your mode of payment, not payment option, mode of payment, you indicate EFT. And then you indicate your account name, your account number, your branch, and the bank name here. Okay? And then for M-Pesa, you'll just come here, you say M-Pesa, you indicate your M-Pesa, your M-Pesa registered name, maybe Lina, then your M-Pesa phone number. Then, if you don't want to indicate anything on your bank, please make sure every field when you're indicating your M-Pesa details is NA. So your bank should be NA, your account number, your account name should be NA, the number should be NA, your bank code should be NA, your branch should be NA, and your SWIFT NA, and your IBAN NA. So do not leave any field blank when you're filling M-Pesa details. And then once you've done that, you scroll down and then you say save. Once you say save, raise a claim to us for us to approve your details, which will be done within 48 hours. Are we okay? Is anyone who has any questions? Yeah? Okay, so I will move forward. So how can I basically, as a vendor, view my sales, the sales that I've done either on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis? I can easily view those transactions on my account statement. It's basically a summary of all financial transactions which has occurred over a period of time. So how do I check that? I'll easily come to my seller center, go to reports, then account statement. You scroll down. So ideally, like let's say for the month of Feb, you'll just click here. You'll see your sales revenue and then other fees, whatever we have deducted, be it Jumia Express fees, commission, shipping cost contribution, the fees that you incur once you're a seller on Jumia, once you've made sales, that is the commission, the shipping cost contribution. If you're a dropship vendor, and then if you're doing Express, you will incur Jumia Express fees, shipping cost contribution, and commission. You can easily download your transaction. You just click here. Once you download all your transaction, it will give you a breakdown of all orders that you have paid and all fees that you have deducted. Okay? If you want to do it for a very long period of time, let's say for like 3 months, you just come here to report, account statement, transaction overview. You scroll down there. You put your cursor there, then you select the date range. Maybe you want from 1st Jan to 28th Feb, then you apply, then you export the filtered transaction. Are we okay from there? Any questions? Any clarification? Okay, so that's it from our side on payment. So everybody is okay, no questions? Any clarification you would want me to clarify? Okay, thank you so much. I'll take everybody has understood. Thank you once again.
I would like to add on one thing. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, Lena?
Yes, I can.
Okay. For those who may not know how to go about creating a PO and requesting for returns for items from the warehouse, we will share the processes, but let me just demonstrate how you go about it. So you go to your seller center, you go to products, then you will go to Jumia Express. If you want to take your items to the warehouse, you will request for send to warehouse. Once you go to send to warehouse, you will go to create new request. Once you are creating a new request, it will give you an option of which SKUs to add. So you should know what you want to take to the warehouse. For instance, if I pick a random product, I don't know if this. Sorry, I seem to be having a problem with my Wi-Fi. It will give you a list of the flash disks, for example, if you want to take flash disks. So you select, and then you insert the quantity as advised by us. We don't want you to overstock, but it cannot be less than 5. So you indicate the quantity, then you can add the second SKU, just type in whatever you want. If it's the other flash disk, it will give you a list of all the products you have. So you can always select what you want to add. Then it will give you the full list. Let's add jackets. You add the quantity. So once you're done with the full list, please don't create a PO per product. It's possible to put everything in one PO. Don't put an item, then submit, then another item, then submit. Put everything in one PO. That's why it's easy for you and for us also. Then once you're done, submit your request. Once you have submitted your request, once it is approved, you will be able to see the PO number. Hold on. When you go to your products, hold on. When you go to your request, when you go to show details, your PO number should appear here. So this number is what you're going to use to take items to the warehouse. For requesting items from the warehouse, in case you have decided to take back your items, the process is the same. Products, Jumia Express, and then you go now to return from warehouse, not sent to warehouse. That way, then you create a request, insert the SKUs that you want. This vendor does not have anything in the warehouse, so I cannot show you by example, but it's basically the same process. You submit